Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. This is your time now to stop what you're doing and hit that like or that subscribe button and leave questions or comments at the bottom. Over here, we like to keep a space where we are authentic and we're allowing people to be their true self because we go by the mantra of you can't walk a mile in each person's shoes, so we can only have compassion for people. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I am going to do the zodiac sign of Aries for the month of May 2023. Again, this is for the zodiac sign of Aries for the month of May 2023. Remember that there is more than one Aries. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If it doesn't fit this time, maybe next time. I am the type of reader that intertwines a whole bunch of different things. I might talk about music. I might talk about spirituality. I might talk about God. Um, I might talk about science. I might talk about art. I might talk about literature, culture. It just kind of depends on what type of energy I am in. So once again, please don't be so judgmental. And if the shoe does not fit, there is more than enough tarot readers at YouTube University that might fit your style. Again, this is for the zodiac sign of Aries for the month of May 2023. Thank you for taking your time with me today. The first is going to be Page of Cups. The first thing that, because I said thank you for taking your time with me, the first thing that I heard was parenting yourself. So, no matter what type of parents you had, whether they were great parents, bad parents, crackheads, doctors, lawyers, the Huxtables, it doesn't matter what type of parents that you have. When you become an adult, you have to see if their ideologies that the parents, the ideologies that your parents taught you, see if they still fit for you. Because time is constantly evolving, because time is changing, you have to be adaptable. You have to go with what is current. And so a lot of times parenting does not come with a parent book, right? Like, it's not a one size fit all. And parents, you could do something for child one that's completely different for child two, and it be, each course, each test, each child, each thing. And so the thing is that when you become an adult, you realize that parenting doesn't come with a book. And so your parents' ideologies, at least mine, your parents' ideologies are simply based upon their life and what they had to go through at that time. So when I see the Page of Cups, a page is a very young energy, and then she's holding a cup. I'm saying I'm going to pour into my younger self. I am going to parent my younger self, is what I'm hearing Aries say. Eight of Swords. Because if I don't parent myself, if I don't look at things from different perspectives, if I don't open my heart, if I don't listen, if I don't understand these lessons, then I'm going to be Eight of Swords, tied up in bondage. I am going to be stuck. I am going to be confused. I am going to be burdened. So all of the things that my parents taught me, whether they were good, bad, whatever, all of the things that my parents taught me, I am now as an adult learning how to parent myself. If cards fall on the floor, I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to pick them up and do something else. Because I am the star. I want to live in my naked truth. I want to be authentic. I want to be free. I want to look at the world in a childlike energy. But to look at the world in a childlike energy, I have to understand my personal boundaries. I have to understand my personal philosophies. I have to understand my personal self. And yes, God put these teachers, aka parents, God put these teachers in your life to kind of guide you and kind of mold you. But ultimately, as an adult, it is up to Aries to live in their naked truth. Which is fitting for Aries because an Aries is the first in the Zodiac sign, right? So they are pioneers, they are trendsetters, they are go-getters, they are initiators. And when too many people start to orchestrate the Aries life and tell the Aries what to do, and they're not living in their authentic truth, then they feel some type of way. They don't feel free. They don't feel like the star that they are. You know, I'm hearing to be first, I'm hearing catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, a shooting star. See, if Aries doesn't understand their own authenticity, their truth, their story, you might miss it. You might miss your purpose. You might miss your time, shooting star. Six of Swords. Because ideologies, thought processes, plans that were in the past no longer even matter now. Because my perspective is changing now that I am an adult, Aries says. Things that I left in the past, things that backstabbed me in the past, they no longer serve me. So I have to parent myself. I have to take the pros with the cons. I have to change my perspective. I have to change my ideologies. I have to see if the things that I once said even stand true to what my beliefs are today. So I almost see like a checklist. Aries is doing a check and balance checklist. Do this really even matter to me? Is this still even important? Is these relationships still important? Is these people still important? Is these ideologies still important? Checks and balances. I'm hearing the Bible verse. When I was a child, I acted like a child. But when I became a man, I acted like a man. I left all my childish ways behind. And that's what the I'm a parent myself is about. So Aries. Okay. Excuse me. Seven of Swords. Because if I continue to not live in my authentic truth, if I continue to not live in my star naked truth, then the burdens are going to be burden after burden after burden after burden. And I'm going to start feeling uncomfortable. Because the Aries goes from the Six of Swords to the Seven of Swords. This is more and more and more pain. And you even got the Eight of Swords. So it's almost like in your check and balance, it's a countdown. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you rebooting yourself? Is that what the I'm going to live in my authentic naked truth is? I'm going to reboot my computer. See, a computer, think about an iPhone, because before this, my phone had started over and I needed to update it. An iPhone has to update to make sure that it is current, but it's never going to not work. It's just making sure that it still has all the latest features, all the latest emojis, etc. And people are the same way. You should be doing rebooting. Your body is a computer. You're doing a rebooting to make sure that you're still current, to make sure that your features are the same, to make sure that your emojis are the same within life, right? So the Aries is doing a self-reboot. It's almost like a computer. So even if you had a laptop, an Apple laptop from the 90s, I don't know if they were out in the 90s, whatever. Even if you had an Apple laptop from the 90s, it probably will still work today as long as nothing is majorly wrong with it. It probably will still work today as long as you reboot it. So Aries is refining themselves, checking in with themselves, rebooting and making sure. This is a reboot. This is a reboot. King of Swords. This is a reboot. I am going to sit on my throne. This is the reboot. I am going to manifest the things that I want, set my boundaries, be clear with my intentions, and make sure that they are fitting for this time. This is a reboot. Look at the butterflies over her head. So I'm going to go from a worm to a chrysalis to a butterfly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These is different stages. Hence why you would go back and evaluate if the things that you were taught as a child are even prevalent to today. Because this is a reboot. The reboot is from not getting your just due, Aries, from being left out in the cold. See, when you go through different things in life, your ideologies and perspectives changes. Do you think the worm's still thinking the same thing that the butterfly is thinking? Them two different life cycles, them two different, okay? So once again, thank you for taking your time to watch my video. This is for Aries for the month of May 2023. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And remember, live in your truth, Queen, King. Be free. Be the star that you are, Aries. You the first.